Hello everyone, this is Sheldon again. Welcome back to iOS eTutorials. Today I'm gonna start a series lessons of Swift, and today I will talk about the introduction part of Swift. So let's create one project. Using Swift, of course. And let's go back to Swift. Okay, as in the text that have already uploaded in our website, which is lsetutorials.com. In this website, I have already put down the lectures. It includes what is Swift, why is Swift, and also the features of Swift. And in this video tutorials, I will only talk about. Actually, I will only make some examples and give you guys some explanations of these examples. So let's get started in this view controller. The first example of every language always is the hello world example. So let's make it. Okay, so this is the basic line of hello world in Swift. In Swift, we don't use nslog, we directly use print, and in Swift, we can eliminate this semicolon. Let's run it using command plus R, and my computer is a bit slow. Okay, so it's already here. It has printed the hello world string here. Okay, so the next topic I'm going to talk about is the data types of Swift. So in Swift, we usually, when we define a type of data, we can avoid the keyword. So for example, we have integer, double, float, or bool, or string for the data type. And similarly, we have array, set, and dictionary as well, just like what we have in Objective-C. And we know in Swift we use two of these keywords, which are let and var, to define constant and variables. So let's make an example. So first, if we make one variable variable is equal to 42. This means my variable is an integer and it is a variable. So since it is a variable, we can change its value. If we want to make a constant, we will use let keyword. In this case, we cannot change its value. But the thing is, we are defining this as a global value, and this is out of a method, so we cannot change the value here. So we can generally move all these things into a view did load. Excuse me. So my variable at first equals to 42, and we change this value to be 50, and also we make a constant, cause my constant equal to 44. So let's print these two values using variable equal to my variable and constant equal to my constant. Sorry, my constant. Okay, so let's run it. So the warning means you define two values, but you didn't use it. So because we print it out, this means the warning will be eliminated. And here we can say variable is equal to 50 and constant equal to 44. And if we want to change the constant value to, let's say, 60, there will be an error because it will compiler will tell you, because you want to change this value, you need to change the keyword from let to be var. But this is not what we want. Okay, so next, well, I will talk about the type interference, which means when you for example, we define a var my int equal to 42. This means my int is automatically using the type of integer. So the type is int. If we define my float to be 42.2, let's see. The system is knowing this value, my float is a float, automatically. This is called type inference. So type inference enables a compiler to decide the type of your particular expression automatically. But this happens in a compile level. Similarly, if we define a string as a my string, you don't have to specifically put the string here, just like this. You don't have to do this. The system knows this. Okay. And next topic is called type safety. So let's say we have one so we have defined my integer and my float and my string. If we want to pass the value from string from integer to string, there will be a safety issue, which means you cannot assign value type of integer to type of string. This is what we call type safety. So Swift is a type safety language, which means if your variable expects a specific data type, you cannot pass any other type by mistake. And as Swift is type safe, it performs type checks when compiling your code and flags any mismatched types as errors. So basically, it helps your code avoid this kind of crash when you run it. Let's comment this. And next topic, I'm going to talk about the type annotation. So we can provide a type annotation when you declare a constant or a variable. To be clear about this kind of values, the constant or variable can store. So write a type annotation by placing a colon after the constant or variable name, followed by a space, followed by the name of the type you want to use. Just like I mentioned, instead of using the type inference, you can declare the type more clearly, but you don't have to in some case. So let's say let's define my integer 2. In this case, we can yeah, here just int 40, put 42 here, and warn my float or my string let's change this to iOS eTutorials. Okay, this is what we called type annotation. And next topic is the type conversion. So it's also called typecasting. So basically, you can operate the value from let's say from integer to float, just like in other languages, or from string to value. Let's make an example. My salary. My value is also not, we make it unsigned integer, but we don't give it a value. Okay, so let's say my value is equal to my salary. So there will be an issue because the type is different. So in Swift we use this way. You know, in Objective-C we use this way to convert the type, but in Swift we use the other way, which is you put your type in front and you put parentheses with the value of the value on the value. Okay. So let's say we can define and let's say we make a string called the result string equal to the result. And now let's make the result string equal to result string plus we typecasting the string, we typecasting the my value into string, and then now we can print the string. Okay. There are so many warnings because we define so many values, but we didn't use it. So the system usually will help you to like to remind you this, because this is not good. But as we can see, we have this result here. Okay, and this is the type conversion. Okay, so next topic is type analysis. Type analysis. So type analysis define an alternative name of an existing type So you define the type aliases with the type alias keyword. And the type aliases are very useful when you want to refer to an existing type by name that is contextually more appropriate, such as when working with data of a specific size from an external source. Okay, so let's see an example. We use type alias audio sample. And we can define the minimum amplitude fund to audio sample dot min max amplitude to audio sample dot max. So we're using aliases and we can print min amplitude equal to min found n. Yeah, there's something wrong here. And max amplitude is equal to max amplitude fund. Okay, and let's run it. In this case, there are some warning because we didn't change the value, so we should define the type as constant. Yeah. Okay. So we define the audio sample is an unsigned integer, so the minimum value is 0, the max value is this number. Okay, so next topic is the most important topic in this lesson, which is called optional. So the concept of optionals doesn't exist in C or Objective-C. An optional says there is value or it is new. Let's make a method actually. It's called func optional basics. And we will invoke this method here. Okay, and now let's define a variable called my and value as optional, and one string value. Let's say one string data as a string optional. Okay, so let's put the if condition here. If my integer value equal to new. So in Swift, we don't have to put the parents here, but even if we only have one line of code after if loop, we still have to use these curly brackets. So this will be the simplest way to write these lines of code. So let's print variable doesn't have data. Okay, my string data is equal to hello iOS eTutorials. Now our string is not nil anymore, right? So let's still put an if condition, which is my string data equal to nil. So if it's nil, we will print string is empty. Else print my string data. Okay. So in this case, we're using two optional values. One is integer, optional integer. Second is optional string. Back. So we have this line. So first we print this line because we don't have a value for this integer. We go through this line and print a variable doesn't exist, doesn't have a data. And for next one, because it has some value in the string, so it goes to the else loop. It print my string data, but it is worth noting that it has this optional thing, which is sometimes we don't want this. Let's say if we want to make the title of the wheel controller to be this guy, and in the title it will be optional this, which is very ugly. So there is one way to eliminate this, which is my adding one exclamation mark. In this case, we are making sure this value is not nil, so the optional will be eliminated. Okay, so go through the next part of this optional. Yeah, let's say we put a possible number here to be string. Equal to 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, whatever, and we convert this converted number to be integer using integer possible number, and let's print the value. Value is equal to, no, just let's print it to be possible number. Now we are printing the string here. Yeah, actually we don't know if, okay, in this case we didn't set up the type for the converted number, so there will be no error there. So we're printing the possible number string. Okay, but similarly we can do the same thing of printing the converted number. So in Objective-C we have to use the %d to print the integer number. And again, because this converted number is optional, because we didn't set up anything here, so we can eliminate this optional here by adding an exclamation mark here. And the value value now is 124. Actually, why is this happening? If we don't add the exclamation mark here, why is always showing an option? Because this is what we call forced unwrapping in Swift. So if you define a variable as an optional, if you want to get the value from this variable, you will have to unwrap it. Unwrapping means putting an exclamation mark at the end of the variable. So in this case, this will eliminate the showing of the option. There are such ways of this unwrapping. So if you first put, let's say, if you make an optional here at the line 71, so following in the line 72, you have to add this exclamation mark. If we add one more thing here, this might be more clear. It's more like this. So you have the type here. The type of it, the type is integer, and the value is uncertain. If we delete the exclamation mark in line number 73, it will show this option. Anyways, let's add one more topic here. So in Swift, there is one thing called optional binding. Using optional binding, we can find out whether an optional contains a value, and if so, to make that value available as a temporary constant or a variable. This full sentence is usually shown in this if loop. So let's say constant name equal to some option. And here's a statement. Statements, it's like this. So let's say we have a possible number string. We still use this line 71. Okay, and then we use make if let prime number equal to integer possible number, and we can print prime number. There is an error because we want to make sure this exists, so we have to insert exclamation mark. Okay, so because this is because this part, and okay, so in the else we can put print not an integer value. So we are getting this number. So this is what we call optional binding, which is very commonly used sentence. I think this is it. This is all about the first lesson of the Swift. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more. Um, I think this is it. Thank you for watching. This summarizes the basic part of our Swift lessons. So the first lesson, we call this introduction, but we do cover a few topics. Let's say from what is Swift, why is Swift, and also the features of Swift. So we explain the examples in this video tutorial includes like the Swift data types, mutable and immutable, and also type interface, type safety, type annotation, type conversion, type aliases, and also the most important one, which is optional. All right, thanks for watching. Stay tuned. And for more information, please feel free to visit our website, which is iosetutorials.com. And please leave any comments. Thank you. Bye.